We want to welcome everybody today to Mom and Dad Talk, to our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. We got Dad here today.
Hey,
Mom, it's technical difficulties.
Oh, she had technical. Oh, okay.
Technically challenged right now, we'll call it. But today we're going to talk about something very special. Oakwood Academy. I think it was last year, several years ago, or whatever. They were denied the opportunity to play against the team because of their religious beliefs. And as a result of it, it was a nationwide, and they changed the rules so that they could play if that their beliefs would not inhibit them from playing in a championship game. And as things would have it, and the way God would have it, this week they played in the championship game in Alabama. Even though they lost, the witness that they brought together, that they didn't compromise their beliefs for, not playing on the Sabbath and everything. I commend them. And so, Dad, what are your thoughts on it? Because I mean, I got my own personal feelings on it, and you had a son who played basketball, and a lot of times he couldn't, he was, how do I say it? A lot of times you don't get an opportunity because of your beliefs. But what are your thoughts on Oakwood Academy's accomplishment?
I thought it was far more of an influence for them to stand up for their beliefs than actually win the championship and renounce their beliefs. Because sometimes as Christians, you have to stand up for what you believe in and what you know is right, rather than compromise. Because that's what the devil wants you to do, compromise. It's not all of a sudden compromise. It's compromising one little step at a time.
It's so true. The fact of it is that, those young men that time, they could have probably won it at that time, but the fact of it is, hey, you know what? My beliefs are not worth it. At the end of the day, their salvation was more important than the outcome of a temporal thing. Yes, you might have won the championship, but you do compromise other things down the road. And like I said, I'm glad that the Alabama changed the rules. I'm happy that they were allowed to play in a championship game, that their beliefs did not inhibit them from it. And I'm glad that it brought attention that nationally, that people can work together and not let your religious beliefs be like, oh, forget it because you believe on the Sabbath, that's it. So I got to commend those out to a lot of people, the state of Alabama, the basketball association that they have, Oakwood Academy for doing a wonderful job of representing. And it's a little tough for me because, like I said, not even having the opportunity. See, now we have opportunity because our academies now are allowing us to play and to represent. And I think that's a wonderful idea. And I hope that they represented everything well about what we represent, how to be good winners, how to be good losers, how to be good Christians on top of that. Because so many times we got bad people when they lose, they can be bad Christians. And like I said, they handled everything well. I wish the best for them. Any final thoughts on that, Dad, before we close?
It reminded me of the time when you were playing basketball and you were good enough to play on the varsity team, but it was at a school that didn't keep the Sabbath. And the coach told you point blank, if you can't play on Sabbath, you're going to set the bench. But if you go to JV, you can play. And your stand was, I'm good enough to play varsity. I'm going to play varsity and set the bench. And look at you now. You are a strong, devout Seventh-day Adventist Christian. So a lot of times, our integrity is more valuable than winning or losing.
Well, folks, there you have it. Whatever your beliefs are, believe it. Don't compromise. That's who you are. If you realize that your belief system is incorrect, change it. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody learns something different. At the end of the day, be true to what you believe and don't make any adjustments for it. Because, if that's your belief system, fine. And I think today that just teaches us a lesson for all kinds of people there that, you're going to get persecuted for your beliefs. Can you stand behind it? Is that really your beliefs? Because if you compromise, that's not really a belief. That's just something that I kind of want to do or may not want to do when it's in my advantage. And then that's not really a belief at all. That's just something that you just do whenever you feel like. And that's a whole nother ball game. And so, today, integrity is something that's just lost today. Before we close out today, I had to bring it up. Fox News is getting sued $1.6 billion all because of a lack of integrity, because the money was so good. Everything was going so well. The followers were going up. The ratings were going up. And they were willing to sacrifice their soul for money, not integrity. And now they have an integrity problem. Now they're in turmoil. And now they're getting rid of people and say, hey, these guys were the problem because they didn't have any integrity. Well, guess what? You encourage that non-integrity by turning the other way, folks. So hopefully the right thing gets done. Unfortunately, bad news gets out. And so today, we commend Oakwood Academy for staying on integrity of their belief systems. And I hope that in the future, people do the right thing. It can just only happen better for you in the long run, even if it doesn't look immediate for your situation. So with that in mind, we'll see you again on Mom and Dad Talk. Dad, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for being here. Happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here with my grandbaby.
Yeah, she loves Dad. She loves Granddaddy a whole lot. So anyway, folks, so next time we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talk.